big Social Security update to share with you. Looks like three big changes are coming in January, less than 2 months away. If we take a look at one of them here, it looks like payments could go up to $1,860 per month. And Mike Johnson, new Speaker of the House, has proposed many changes to Social Security before he was Speaker of the House. But what does he actually think about Social Security, and how could that affect your Social Security check? Well, if we take a look at the article of what he said here, it looks like Johnson and his committee in 2019 proposed ending all cost of living adjustments for certain retirees, and also wanted to phase out auxiliary Social Security benefits such as spousal and child benefits. So I'm going to let you know exactly what Mike Johnson said and what is being said in Congress about Social Security right now. So got a lot of big important updates. Make sure you watch this entire video if you're on SSI, SSDI, or any type of Social Security, as this may pertain to your Social Security check, and I'll give you some other important updates as well. Before I dive into the main content, if you appreciate these Social Security updates, hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more Social Security updates regarding increases or decreases. And this video is sponsored by my company, Wise Sense. If you or anyone you know is looking to increase your credit score or remove negative items from your credit report, got my link down in the description below. Book a free phone call with me. All right, let's get into it here. What House Speaker Mike Johnson has said about Social Security and Medicare. As recent as just a few years ago, now that he is Speaker of the House, he has a lot of power. And what does it mean? If he said negative things about Social Security in the past, could that affect your Social Security now? Let's get into it right here. So his ideas are likely to have a key role in the coming political battle over both programs, which face major financial crisis in the years ahead that may only be resolved by deep cuts to benefits or by higher taxes. So Mike Johnson was the chair of the Republican Study Committee, a conservative House caucus, when it laid out a blueprint for reforming both Social Security and Medicare in 2019. Since then, he has publicly doubled down on the need for urgency in reforming both programs, although he has significantly backtracked on one of his key proposals. Johnson's staff did not respond to any messages left at all four of his offices for comment, so in 2019, his committee proposed sharply scaling back the cost of living adjustments to Social Security benefits for high earners and even middle income people. He also proposed a total overhaul of Medicare, switching it over to private insurance companies and drastically cutting how much the federal government spends on better off seniors. The proposals would move both programs more toward means-tested benefits, targeting them to the people who need them the most, rather than all seniors. So, what else he did here, also proposed raising the age of eligibility for both Social Security and Medicare by several years by ensuring that age would keep rising in the future as U.S. life expectancies rise. So what he said again here, okay, more specifically on Social Security, he and his committee in 2019 proposed ending all cost of living adjustments for retirees with annual income of more than $85,000 for single people, $170,000 for joint filers. They also proposed phasing out auxiliary Social Security benefits such as spousal and child benefits for high earners. They proposed scaling back future COLAs for everyone else by changing the official inflation calculations in two ways. First, they proposed switching from the one technical inflation known as a CPIW to another, a CPIU, which would result in lower adjustments. So basically, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson wanted to, rather than go from the CPIW to the CPIE for the elderly, it would go down to the CPIU, which would result in a lower COLA. And they proposed excluding rising cost of housing, which includes rent, from inflation figures, because they said the vast majority of retirees own their homes, so this is not a cost increase many experience. So I'm really curious, let me know, do you own your home or rent your home if you're on Social Security? Also, Johnson and his team also proposed raising benefits for the poorest seniors and for those in their 80s. So that could help out. That's actually a positive right there. So him and his team also proposed a means testing premium subsidies as well as slowly cutting them as percentage of average premiums over time. They noted that Medicare now pays about 75% of seniors' medical costs, whereas President Lyndon Johnson set up the program in the 1960s. He said that I figure about 50%. So their proposal implies doubling the share of costs that seniors pay themselves over the long term based on the committee's principles. Then also, what he said is Johnson and his colleagues proposed shoring up the finances of Medicare and Social Security by raising the age at which people can become eligible for both programs. 65 to claim early Social Security benefits from today's 62 to 70 for full Social Security retirement age from 67 and 70 for Medicare from today's 65. They also proposed trying Medicare and the new normal Social Security retirement ages together so that in the future they would move up in tandem. And they proposed a continuous process of slowly raising both in line with rising life expectancies. So that's kind of the gist of where Mike Johnson stands when it comes to Social Security and Medicare. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you agree with new Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson? Don't agree? Let me know your thoughts on that. When it comes to what's going on in Congress regarding Social Security, take a look at this video right here, and after this video, I'll go over the 3 big changes that are coming to Social Security in less than 2 months.
We might as well strap these notes onto carrier pigeons and send them as well. With that, we will move to the gentleman from the Commonwealth of Virginia. Mr. Byer, you're now recognized.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much, and thank you and to the ranking member for holding this. As all the members of Congress here, lots and lots of negative feedback on our constituent service. It's a really consistent thing, and I share our frustration. I'm a huge fan of process management. Rather than just throwing money at things, taking the pieces apart and trying to look at each section of it. So an obvious question, and not to be repetitive, but I'd love to get the answer. As best you can, Ms. Cara Davis, why haven't we eliminated reconsideration? We have 20-year projects. All the groups think it's the right thing to do. Why do we cling to it?
So we did test it, as someone on the panel mentioned here. There are thousands of people who receive benefits are allowed at the reconsideration level. It's actually streamlines the process. It's costs less money to process a claim at the reconsideration level, but certainly if that's something you're interested in exploring, we're happy to work with you on the technical aspects of that.
Are you aware of any legislative attempt at the congressional level to eliminate reconsideration?
No, I'm not currently.
Okay. Ms. Burdick, it's the same line of thought on process management. The treating physician rule. Again, I'd love to know, why did they get away from that? Is there a sense that you can't trust the physicians that are treating these people because they're their friends and they're from their communities? Or is there a really valid reason why the treating physician rule shouldn't be in place?
The task force would endorse restoring the treating physician role. And I will say, when they eliminated it, none of the reasons that were put forth we found were very compelling. I mean, because when it comes down to it, there doesn't seem to be any reason why you wouldn't try first and foremost to get the treating provider to weigh in on a person's claim.
They're the ones who know them best.
They do. And without that, there's this reliance on Social Security consultative examinations, which are there for a reason, but this is a one-time doctor, usually doesn't have any of the specialties of the person who's talking to them. It just isn't, the evidence created isn't as persuasive. It takes time, it costs money, and it would just be so much more efficient to go to the source in every case.
Thank you. Mr. Camp, Dr. Warshawski suggested that because the attorneys get paid on the total amount due, there's an incentive to postpone it as long as possible. How do you react to that as an attorney representing these folks?
It isn't our real world. We get hired to obtain the appropriate outcome, but as fast as possible. Every client that retains an attorney is expecting us to make the agency perform better services, to go faster primarily. We're the ones on the phone with the clients every day. We're the ones that are frustrated in being blocked and speeding up the cases. It is our job to make the claim go faster. And that would be an unacceptable failure to serve your client, which is not something professionals do if they expect to last.
What are your thoughts on the process of what's going on in Congress regarding Social Security? Let me know down in the comments below. Next, moving on, let's go over the 3 big Social Security changes taking effect in 2024 that retirees must know. So let's go over right here. Number 1, Social Security benefits will get a modest cost of living increase. We all know that the 3.2% is nowhere near the 8.7% that was from the previous year. So the SSA says the average retiree will get an additional $59 per month after the 3.2% is applied in 2024. Let me know, do you know how much more you're going to get for your COLA? Let me know down in the comments below after the 3.2% change. Next, the maximum retired worker benefit for new beneficiaries will increase. So the SSA indexes benefit payments to the National Average Wage Index to account for living standard increases that occur over time. That means the maximum Social Security payout for newly awarded beneficiaries tend to rise each year. For instance, the maximum payout at full retirement age will be $3,822 per month in 2024, up from $3,627 in 2023. So you can take a look at this chart right here as it shows the maximum monthly retired worker benefit at ages in 2024. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but if you could see, maximum at 62 is $2,710, maximum at age 70, $4,873. If you want to see the numbers in between, you could pause the screen. And then the income limits for workers receiving Social Security retirement benefits will increase. So looks like we got some increased benefits there. The lower limit, which is $22,320 per month or $1,860 per month, up from $21,240 per year or $1,770 per month in 2023. The upper limit, $59,520 per year or $4,960 per month or $56,520 per year or $4,710 per month. So the lower limit applies to workers under the FRA for the full year, such that $1 in benefits will be withheld for every $2 in earnings exceeding $22,320 in 2024, and the higher limit applies to workers that reach FRA during the year, such that $1 in benefits will be withheld for every $3 in earnings that exceed $59,520 in 2024. So you can see those are the 3 changes that are happening when it comes to Social Security in 2024, starting in January, which is less than 2 months away. 2023 has just flown by. It's crazy how fast it's gone. But anyways, that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. And what I was gonna say is just enjoy the moments right now. Don't be like maybe I'm not good for this. Just do it. Something, if you want to do it, then you can, because it's just a one-time thing, because you should always do something now than always later, because then it might not be the right time and it might not be the right ending. You might have like people or like.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate your support. If you want to see the latest SSDI update and what's going on in Congress about that, you definitely want to click this video right up here, as I'll go over what's going on regarding those changes that could be happening to SSDI, what's going on now with the application process. So click that video now, and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.